Title: My daughter snapped over breakfast. "You're not our father," the youngest son added. "We love Bobby. You're just extra." When I was packing my things, my wife said, "I cheated on you the day we got married, right before the ceremony, in the WC." Start's spoon clattered against the bowl. "You're not our father," she said, calm, certain, like the words had been rehearsed. The youngest, barely 12, chimed in before I could speak. "We love Bobby. You're just extra. Extra." A stranger at my own table. My blood boiled, but I didn't move. I just watched them, memorizing their faces. My wife sat silent, chewing slowly, eyes fixed on her plate. She didn't deny it. That silence told me everything. I raised those children. Midnight fevers, scraped knees, birthday candles blown out with my hands steadying Gares. I taught them how to ride bikes, how to swim, how to be brave in the dark. I thought I built a family. I thought love was enough. My wife and I, we weren't perfect, but I believed in her. Believed so much I ignored the cracks, the late-night texts, the sudden distance in her smile. I filled the void with trust, a fool's currency. Later, when I started packing my things, she followed me into the bedroom. No tears, no apologies, just the sentence delivered like a knife to the ribs. "I cheated on you the day we got married, right before the ceremony, in the WC." I froze, suitcase half-zipped. That detail, the where, it wasn't guilt, it was cruelty. She wanted me to picture it. She wanted me to bleed. I didn't yell, didn't break a lamp or punch a wall. I nodded, zipped the bag, walked out. But I wasn't leaving. I was circling. That night, in a cheap motel, I stared at the ceiling and listened to my heartbeat. Slow, heavy, measured. I opened my laptop, filed a lawsuit before dawn. Adultery, custody, property division. I wasn't bluffing. I wanted every corner of her life dragged into the light. The trial was brutal. Her lawyer clawed, mine cut deeper. Photos, bank statements, messages. All the things she thought I'd never notice, I had archived, dated, cross-checked. Years of instinct finally justified. She crumbled on the stand, mascara streaked, voice cracking. I watched with no pity. But that was only the beginning. Days after the verdict, I woke to my phone buzzing. 125 missed calls from my eldest. One message frozen on the screen.
Step 3. Timing. I waited until Thanksgiving because I knew they'd want a stage. Betrayal tastes sweeter when it's public. But revenge? Revenge demands an audience. When my father raised his glass and cut me from the will, I smiled, because I knew the ink was already dry on a very different set of papers. I had filed for divorce quietly. I had every proof of her adultery, every forged document she and my brother had signed. My lawyer was primed, the judge sympathetic. By morning, custody and the house would be mine, by law. As for the will, my parents didn't know I had persuaded them, weeks ago, to sign a review copy of their estate plan. They thought it was a draft. It wasn't. It was the official filing. Their fortune, property, savings, assets had already been shifted into a trust with me as sole executor. And my brother? Remember those debts? I sent his creditors a gift basket of information. His new address, his bank details, and his shiny new car bought with my parents' money. By the time I reached the highway, their phones lit up. My wife's accounts? Frozen. My brother's credit cards? Declined. My parents' lawyer? Calling, furious. My father's name appeared on my screen 13 times before I blocked it. Panic in his voicemails, begging me to explain, to undo what was already locked in motion. At dawn, my wife came home to movers emptying her house. At noon, my brother found 2 men waiting at his hotel, holding contracts with his signature on them. By evening, my parents were meeting with a lawyer who told them they'd signed everything over to me, irrevocable. The empire they built to hand to their golden child was mine. They thought they could erase me with one toast at Thanksgiving. They thought I'd walk away quietly, broken, humiliated. But they forgot who I am. I don't raise my voice. I don't throw plates. I don't beg. I build. I wait, I strike once. And when I strike, it's final. So yes, they cut me from the will. They cut me from their family. But in the end, I cut deeper. And as I stood in my quiet house, my children sleeping upstairs, safe, mine untouched, I finally allowed myself a smile. Because justice, unlike betrayal, is permanent.